Pleasure to be here tonight. I'm always excited to get up and talk about faith and grace. I have 10 minutes, maybe 8, so I'm giving you the Cliff Notes. Faith and Grace is a domestic violence safe house in Lake Havasu. I'm going to tell you why we do what we do, and I had to bring notes because I just got these statistics today. 10 million, they're sobering realities. 10 million women are abused every year nationally, just in the United States. In 2020, Mojave County had 1,480 domestic violence calls, and that was just the sheriff's department. Where do you think Arizona ranks in the states for domestic violence? Who said 5?
No, I said 5.
Shoot, it's 5. Well, that took all my fun out of it. So we're 5th, 42.6% of our population of women. Approximately 304,000 people in Arizona tried to find housing. About 8,000 of those people could not find anywhere to go. 40% of the women that want to go don't leave because they have nowhere to go, or they think they have nowhere to go. We had 96 deaths from domestic violence in 2020 during the height of COVID. So that's about 20 people a minute get abused by an intimate partner. And that's sort of the definition of domestic violence, is with an intimate partner, as opposed to a mom and a child or brothers and sisters. Sometimes we get called that they're being abusive, but they don't qualify as an intimate partner. On any day nationally, the hotlines get 20,000 calls for assistance. Not in Havasu. No. 1 in 15 children are abused. And these are the same children, most of the time, that observe their mother being abused. And they're all traumatized when they come in. And each person, each family has a different story. Each family has different obstacles that they perceive. And that's what we want to help them do, is to get over, get through, get around, but get rid of the obstacles. And it could be anything. It could be just safe housing, it could be transportation, it could be schooling. Whatever they need, they come up with a plan where they want to go, and we want to help them get there. Our greatest needs right now are childcare, particularly during the summer, transportation. We've been fortunate, we've had a couple of vehicles donated. I take them to an auto mechanic that charges just for any parts he puts in, and we can donate those to the ladies that have gone through the program and are living in the transition house. There are many things that we do, many opportunities that arise for the women. I know many of the women in the past have applied for Seroptimus scholarships, and that was always exciting. We've had several success stories. 2 come to mind, and then I'll sit down, unless anybody has a question. But one is a woman that came in December one year. This is in the past, and we got a call from her 3 different times to come out. and then she wasn't ready. The third time we went out, we had a police escort. We were going out to the desert where she lived in the RV with her abuser and her children. So we went out, picked her up, brought her back to the safe house. She participated in all the counseling. We want the women to have counseling. We want the children to have counseling. We want to do financial literacy, help them with budgets, any type of life skill that they may have missed along the way, we want to help them with. And with that comes success, like this woman who did take parenting classes, did get her child into counseling, did get back into counseling herself, followed the path to meet her goals. And she moved to our transition house where she could live for up to a year. And hopefully when they get there, they have a job in the transition house, so they're paying for some of their expenses. In the safe house, they don't pay for any of the overhead, any expenses. We like to try to meet their needs. So for the most part, that has worked well for the women and the children and for the house. A lot of the women need some legal assistance. We're able to pay for a paralegal to help them with the paperwork. Our advocates are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They will answer the phone and make the determination whether they can come in at the time or whether we're full or whether they don't qualify. This year, we have the safe house, we have the transition house. We now have an office for community outreach where we have a psychologist there that will talk to people in the community. When they call and they say they don't know if they're in a domestic violence situation, we will invite them into this office, which is on McCullough Boulevard, and give them literature, give them information, see if they need a safety plan to go home, safe words for their children. Because a lot of times these women don't need housing, they just need help navigating perhaps the legal system. And all of those things we pay for these ladies because of community donations. Faith and Grace is a 501c3 corporation. We're supported totally by community donations. We don't take federal, state, county, city. Not that we wouldn't take city money, but I've tried. But we weren't able to write grants until we had 3 years of tax returns. I have a blank on that. 3 years of tax returns. My board has voted that every year we'll do an audited financial statement. So we'll have 3 years this year. We're just slowly but surely growing. I have visions of building a childcare center, on or near our property. I have lots of ideas, but I have to do one step at a time with one day at a time. And I just know, I feel like we're doing the right thing for our community because doors open for us. People step up, they help us. And without that help, we just wouldn't be able to do this. Our house, which is 2,600 square foot house, is the safe house. The 4,600 square foot building we turned into the transitional living center, and Faith and Grace owns those outright. So we don't have any rent, we don't have any mortgage, and we're just truly blessed to be in the position we're in today. And I get to do this because my family, my daughter and my 4 grandchildren in Havasu were victims of domestic violence. And I saw what interagency had done for them. And, I said somewhere along the line, I wish I could pay it forward. Well, I get to do that today. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.